we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
I almost picked up a gavel at an antique shop a while back. I took a hard look at it, and I realized it wasn't an actual gavel.
What was it?
It was a perfume bottle.
Oh, you should have gotten it. That's cute.
But the problem was there was still residual perfume.
It was probably Sweet Honesty from Avon.
No, I don't remember, but it stunk to high heaven.
It was probably Sweet Honesty from Avon. All the women know.
So I'm looking and I'm going, what the hell? And I realized, wait a minute, the handle unscrews.
Yeah. Avon made all those novelty bottles, and they all came with fucking Sweet Honesty. That stank. All right. I gotta do my member, because I want to make sure I
She
know.
has to do her member. Does Wayne know this?
Yes.
Is he jealous?
No.
Okay.
We have an understanding. Doing it slower this time.
That's not what she liked.
Well, it depends on the mood. All right, the 10th. You didn't cheat, did you?
No, I put it over there.
I don't know. There's all kinds of fraud going on.
I don't. What do
Allegedly.
What do I look like? A
I
Democrat?
was going to say allegedly. Okay. Ooh. I don't know this
I mean,
one.
look, I grew up near Chicago. It doesn't mean I act like a Democrat out of Chicago. Okay?
Listen, they all cheat. As far as I'm concerned, they all cheat. It's just who cheated better. But,
Well, in that case, I must suck at cheating if I keep coming in third in three-way races.
well, no, you're not cheating at voting. I mean, at your elections. You're honest at that. That's why you're losing. It's this thing I'm concerned about. You need to start learning how to do election fraud, buddy.
Well, that's easy. I just got to learn how to hack the damn system, like they
Make
did,
friends with dead people.
like they did over in half the states in
Let's
the country.
visit some cemeteries and, get the mail-in votes for them, and we'll be good.
Well, it's an idea.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm not. Because I'm still sweating over those 3 minutes. Oh my God, they tortured me. Okay, a partial report of a committee.
Okay.
A is postponed until the complete report is ready.
If not, it should be.
B is finished by the assembly by amendment. C is handled the same way as the final report. D is laid on the table. I did not know the answer to this.
Okay, it's a partial report of a committee.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're reporting it back out. Give me the choices again.
A is postponed until the complete report is ready.
Okay.
B is finished by the assembly by amendment. C is handled the same way as the final report. D is laid on the table.
Okay, B doesn't make any sense because that's usurping the job of the committee. A makes logical sense, but I don't know if that's the right answer yet. C was...
Is handled the same way as the final report.
And D is laid on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to stick with A, just because to me that makes the most sense.
I would have guessed that too, but it's not it.
Okay.
But I did not know this, and I studied it. It is C. Is handled the same way as the final report.
Okay.
I have no clue on this.
I didn't either.
To me, A, C, and D all were plausible.
Yeah.
B was the only one that was ridiculous.
B was absurd, yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see why it's C. Bada-boom.
To see or not to see? That is the question.
Wait till I have my sound effects. You're going to love me. Okay.
Kill all the lawyers, says Shakespeare.
Here we go.
527.
You got to explain to me again because I'm special.
Okay.
So chapter 16.
Yes. Squiggly 51.
Okay. And
that
those,
help?
those go in order too, right? Okay.
Section means squiggly.
That's all
Remember,
I need squiggly.
They're also listed up here at the top
Yeah,
of the
that's
page.
all I need is the squiggly.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to learn like up top where they're at too, so I can like find the shit and not freak out in my tests.
Yeah, what's this? 527, okay. I'm
So
getting
it's
there.
committees, so it'll be under
Oops, too far.
boards and committees or reports.
Hold on. Reports of boards and committees.
Okay, so board. I'm trying to see how I have it organized.
Yeah.
Where's my thing up here?
It's before committee of the whole.
Oh, I have it under administration. Why the fuck did I do that?
It's your book.
Hang on. Okay. What now? Oh, what? Section 51.
Right. For 11th edition, page 527, lines 13 to 15,
What's
which
it?
is under action required by a partial report.
Action required by partial report.
There you go.
I allegedly studied this. Okay.
Okay, 13 through 15 is the beginning of that paragraph down a couple lines.
Me, it's 5163.
Yeah.
So, a partial report of a committee is handled in the same way as the final report. If it is a progress report only with no recommendations or conclusions, it's treated like any other report for information only and no action is taken. But if the partial report recommends action, the question is put on adopting its proposed resolutions or its recommendations or the report itself, just as if it were the final report. A committee can be discharged by a majority vote at the time at which it makes a partial report.
Ooh, I hate that idea.
Here's my question, though. It's not obviously automatically discharged.
Correct.
So what happens if it's not discharged?
Well, because I would think that because that they're only giving a partial report, their work's not done yet.
So they continue?
I would guess.
It doesn't say,
I
though.
really don't like the idea that they're discharged by a majority vote if they're only done a partial report. That to me is undermining the committee. Oh, we can cut you off at any time. I was like, no.
Well, what does it take to discharge normally? Isn't it just a majority? Well, let's see.
A majority, or they've completed their work.
Right, so so it doesn't bother me that if it's just a majority at any time, that's nothing special there then.
Well, that bothers me because it tells me that if you want them to do the damn work, let them do the damn work.
Discharge a committee. 36-1. Let's see where.
Yeah, you think you do something. You get a committee. Discharge. See, discharge of a committee.
Yeah.
Discharge of a committee. See, committee, comma, discharge. What?
36-1. Oh, there's something interesting. We're going to do a special episode after this. Just really quick, something cool. You might have already known this.
We're going to do a special. It's a very special episode.
Yeah, it's special because
With special
it's
guest
me.
stars.
It's for me. I'm special. Okay, so discharge a committee. Just want to see what the descriptive says.
The motion on section 36. Is that what you were looking?
Oh no, it's 2/3. So because it's a bring back. It's like a bring back motion. So since the motion would change action already taken by the assembly, it requires a 2/3 vote or a majority vote with sufficient notice, or a vote of the majority of the entire membership, the typical. All right, so that is different, the simple majority.
Oh, that's a severe case of screwball.
So, okay.
So if you have a partial, so keep this all straight. If you have a committee giving a partial report, they can be discharged by a majority vote before their work is done. But if their work is done, and then they can discharge them either by a 2/3 or by a majority with notice. However, wait a minute.
Or a majority of the entire membership.
Right. Well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's always.
That's always the case. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's not what I'm assuming here. Hang on. I want to double check one thing on that because something bothers me. Where the hell did it go? A couple more pages. Okay. The motion. Here's the problem. This might be something to send up to the
priests?
to the priests.
They're kind of upset with me right now.
Why? Because you keep asking good questions?
Because I asked them, all right, you're going to love this. I'm reading through all the formalities.
Yes.
Which bother me,
Yes.
because of Madam Chairman. But, you're supposed to be a Mr. Smith and Ms. whatever. I said, what do you do when you have a non-binary member?
Right. I remember we were talking about that on your Facebook page.
Yeah. And they had the reaction I figured they would have.
They lost their shit.
No, they were just very dismissive of it. And I got accused of being, I'm not familiar with a woke culture, they said to me. I was like, listen, I'm not woke. I go, that's not it. This is just being polite. I go, I shave my armpits. I actually said this. I shave my pits. I wear a bra, and
TMI.
and I like men. I said, okay, can we get that all out there? I'm not asking this because I'm looking to like set this forum on fire. I think they like thought, you know, they saw the pink hair and they got worried. I go, all I can say to you guys is I'm not one of them, but I hope you have better answers when one of them comes along. Because this isn't satisfactory. Because they were just very, very dismissive. They're like, well, just ask them. I go, well, shouldn't you have a standard rule? I go, you don't have to ask everybody. Why single these people out? Whatever.
I think
I wasn't happy.
I think what I said on that thread on Facebook was to call a member whatever, or delegate
That's
whatever,
yeah.
which I think is probably the most neutral and non-offensive way to do it, and probably the most accurate too.
And I said to them, if you guys were going to be forward thinking, I think actually that should become just standard practice for everybody.
Yeah.
Because then I can imagine a while ago Robert's agonizing over, is it Ms. or is it Mrs.? Because remember that whole transition people got all oochie about.
That drove me crazy because it's like, well, are you a Mrs.? Are you a Ms.? And
now everybody,
how the hell would I know?
Right.
You know?
Now everybody does Ms. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
But to me, I think they should just simplify it and you be member X, delegate X, chair X, whatever.
Committee member.
Yeah.
Committee member.
And that way
whatever,
you don't have to worry about it. Because I said to them, I go, whether you guys like it or not, this is going to be a permanent part of our culture, like gay marriage.
And there's something else to it also, and this is a key point, is that if you're, and I'm just thinking this a second ago, if you refer to a person who is addressing the body as delegate whoever, member whoever, you're also specifically indicating what hat they may be wearing.
Right.
And that can be important sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, because committee member me may be saying something that delegate me may not agree with, but I still have to say it because of the position of being on the committee. You know, committee chair Seebeck says X, but member Seebeck believes Y. Why is he saying X? Because it's part of his job as committee chair.
And and it solves the star child problem.
It does.
You know, because there you go.
Well, I don't really think it's a problem, but yeah.
Well, the instinct when you're in the whole groove is to call him Mr. Starchild, and Starchild's not his last name. And I don't know if it would have solved Elizabeth Van Horn's problem. She just got severely offended by Ms. Van Horn.
Okay.
She hated it. She just hated it. She wanted to be called Elizabeth, but nobody else was. So the compromise was with her, you had to call her EVH.
Or the other compromise, and if they really want to piss them off, just use last names and to hell with it. But
so
that's a very male thing to do.
Now in a meeting, she tolerated it, but on the list, and it was hard to remember. Yeah. You know, I never did it on purpose, but it's easy to slip. But anyway, that's what I told them. If you're forward thinking, whatever. I go, you guys need to, I said, I realize now with the whole woke comment is you made an assumption and you thought I was coming in here with an agenda that I didn't have and you should have just asked me.
Yeah. But. Okay, back to what I was going to say here. Okay, if they can make a motion to discharge a committee at any time and it takes 2/3, okay, according to what they're saying here. But then over here it says that they can make a motion to discharge by majority vote
after a partial report.
Right, but here's the problem. If they can discharge any time it requires a 2/3 even after they give a report, but here it says a majority, you got a conflict between the two votes.
No, I think this is before a report.
It doesn't say that though.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's a conflict. I think in that one, the 2/3 thing is your overriding rule, and that one section carves out an exception when there's been a partial report. That's the way I would understand it.
Okay, wait a minute. Further down here. Okay, maybe that's what we're getting at here.
Okay.
To prevent business from being delayed by a committee, however, there are two special circumstances under which the motion requires only a majority, even without notice. If the committee fails to report when the prescribed time is instructed, or while the assembly is considered... Okay, so they do list the exception here.
Oh, I didn't even see that word.
It was further down in that same bullet.
Where?
Under
right
here.
Okay.
Okay, so they do list it, but that's carving exceptions where they really shouldn't need to have one. But anyway,
And because I'm trying to remember what sections it's in, I was right. It is under bring back.
Yeah.
It's considered a bring back motion.
Yeah. See,
Because I don't know if I'm sure you notice, because like you notice the shit when I don't. These thingies, these colors
Side
actually
tabs.
mean something.
right.
So green is the bring back motion.
I forget what the hell they mean. But
There's a
they
little
don't-
chart that said
yeah,
I
it's
threw
there,
out.
It's there somewhere, but
Yeah. But green is the bring back.
right.
So yeah.
I think Wayne's home.
The cavalry is here. We fucked up something. I remember I said that to you on
And we
the.
had to do an errata on something.
I just deleted the episode because we fucked it up so badly. You want to know it was so? We gotta. Where's the thingy? Okay, this is okay. Somebody in comments was like, "What you read was the exact opposite of what your words out loud were saying." We already had it in our mind what we thought it was because it's the way the LP does it. That we read the complete opposite.
Do we remember what day that was?
No, and it didn't even dawn on us that we just read the complete. We were like, "Yep, we're right."
Well, the story, yes, we can space things out. But
When officers take office.
okay.
Remember we said at the end of convention?
But yeah.
That isn't what it said when we read it. We were like, "Yep, we're right."
No, we specifically said that it took that. I remember this. We said
Yeah.
that they take office at the end of convention if the bylaws so dictate. We did say that.
No, we said unless the bylaws say otherwise. Both of us said that. I listened to it, and it's the opposite. It's
Yeah.
they take effect immediately unless the bylaws say otherwise. And this person was like,
Which proves once again the priesthood has no effing clue what transition teams means.
So I was like, I didn't want anyone to ever listen to that and not see a future errata, so I just deleted it and figured we fucked that one up.
And the moral of the story is, for anybody in the priesthood who's listening, there's such a
Yeah.
thing as a transition period that you might want to understand is a useful thing to
Yeah.
have. An immediate assuming of office eliminates that, and it's not a good idea at all.
So, but it was, I liked though that it got caught, because I don't know who this person was. It wasn't one of our friends.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't Richard or anyone that, it was just somebody on YouTube, so if somebody's listening. That's nice, we're not just spitting into the wind.
It's probably one of the priests you pissed off with that chair question.
No, they go by their names. So,
Viva! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.